Hey everyone, welcome to the 8th episode of Pizzacast, the official podcast of PizzaExtremeTeam.com. I'm Sam.
I'm Cody.
And I'm Samantha.
We have a great show for you today. We're going to talk about a whole bunch of different things, such as the really super recent news that Andy Griffith passed away today. That was pretty sad.
Yeah, that's terrible.
And then we pick up the show from there because that's a real downer. We're going to talk about the next big Marvel movies. There's some pretty weird choices. We'll get into that later on. We're also going to discuss the movie Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. We all got a chance to see that about a week ago. I guess it was a week ago,
exactly.
right?
Spoilers, best movie ever.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And we're going to talk about the new OnLive. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, OnLive. It's not new. It's been going for a while, but I've never gotten it to work till recently. So,
well, now we got it working. We're going to talk about it.
It's new to me.
Yep. So all of this plus some stuff that we've been checking out this over the past week. Well, 2 weeks, I guess now.
Yeah.
And another round of the Master Debaters. God, that's such a weird name to say.
That's the point. That's the joke.
That's the joke. Okay.
That's why it's funny, Sam.
That's you got me there. All right. So I've been talking a lot already, and we're not even like 5 minutes into the show.
Shut up.
I think you just don't like saying Master Debaters out loud in a public place.
I wonder why. Well, anyways.
Why? I don't get it. It's just Master and
Okay. All right. So, before we get into our news topics, what have you guys been checking out this week? 2 weeks.
We've actually done some stuff.
Yeah.
Watched Indie Game, the movie.
Yeah?
And it was,
What was that?
I think it was a Kickstarter movie. And it was really, really, really good. It follows, was it 3 indie devs?
Yeah, the Super Meat Boy guys.
Yeah.
Cool.
Phil Fish, the Fez guy.
Okay.
And the guy that made Braid, but they don't really cover his struggle to make it. It's
No.
just,
He honestly didn't seem like he had too much trouble making it.
yeah.
It's like, and then I made a game.
He's the guy.
Literally said, is like, he compared it to digging up gold.
Oh, jeez. Well,
Literally what
He's
he
like,
said.
it was easy. It was like digging up gold. The gold was already there. I just had to pull it out of the ground.
oh, jeez.
Literally
the other two teams are like, it's so hard and we work nonstop and we're up late all the time.
You can see it.
Oh
They're
my God.
struggling to get this done.
Yeah. Wow.
And that's, part of why it's good. You get to see, how it's done.
Because when you think of game devs, you think of, especially indie game devs, you think of guys that sit in their room by themselves in the dark and code a game. There's a lot more going on than that.
Yeah. I mean, you have some experience with coding games, too. So,
Yeah.
I
I could totally relate to the movie, too, because they're all, like, the same kind of neurotic, depressed weirdo that I am.
Yeah.
I don't think you even really have to be like really into indie games to like the movie. It's that good. Like,
Yeah, now
it's a good documentary.
Very cool. Now, was this on, is it on Netflix, or is it...
It's on Steam.
It's on Steam,
Of
really?
all weird places.
Well, I mean, I guess it would make sense since that's, well, where a lot of indie games end up.
It's $10 on Steam, and it's definitely worth it.
Well, I will definitely have to check that out. That sounds pretty cool. Well, I've been checking out some kind of weird stuff. I've ever since last week's episode, which I'm going to tell you right now, no one's ever going to hear because it went to crap. It was really bad. The audio quality went really bad. So, but last week I mentioned the Super Samurai Cyber Squad, like a Power Ranger knockoff type show, and ever since then, I don't know what it is. I have been hooked on
Sentai.
Super Sentai stuff. And the most recent series just wrapped up, and someone went through and did like fan subs of all like 51 episodes of it.
Oh my
so
God.
I've been kind of neck deep in weird Japanese, Power Ranger
Super
stuff.
Sentai.
Super Sentai, yeah. No, this one actually, if there was ever a show that would get me back into stupid freaking Power Ranger stuff, this was it, because the series is called, and I'm sorry for all of our Japanese listeners out there, I'm sure there's someone out there, who will tell me that I'm wrong. But
Japanese and/or weeaboo listeners.
yes,
Brother, but he doesn't listen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't.
yeah, get your brother to listen, and then have him tell me how wrong I am. Okay, so I think it's called Kaizoku Sentai Gokaiger, which translates to Pirate Squadron Gokaiger. I don't know. And the whole thing is, it has a pirate theme, because I guess after the first couple of series, they all started having like themes, like magic and tigers and
Of course, you have to have
Turbo.
themes.
I guess,
Turbo
yeah.
One.
Yeah.
Samurai.
Yeah, but no, this is the believe it or not, this is the 35th season
Oh my
of
god.
Sentai.
Oh my god.
Yeah, apparently this is like Japan's Doctor Who. Like, there are people who have been watching it for, well, it started in 1975. That was the first.
God.
It is Japan's Doctor Who.
Yeah, yeah. And because this is the 35th season, the 35th anniversary, they did something special with this series where the team, like, you know, they have the red and the green and the blue and all them. They're not just, you know, pirate themed. They have the power to turn into any of the previous 34 seasons Power Ranger people.
That's really cool.
That's actually it's really cool.
I was never a Power Rangers fan, but that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and I mean, it's like, and they do it like in the middle of the fight, so it's not like, you know, they go, oh no, there's a bad guy, we got to go find someone who's going to work well against this guy. They like in the middle of the fight, they like kung fu punch and kick, and then change, and they do something else, and they all have the special attacks of the previous seasons things. It's ridiculous, and I have notes.
I have taken many notes
I've taken many notes because I wanted to be prepared today. So
to talk about Sentai.
yeah, so let's see. There is very little kung fu. That's true. There is like when they're like in their regular costumes and they're fighting like, you know, the generic bad guys or whatever, there is like zero kung fu in it. It's like they have a giant pirate sword in one hand and like these laser blasters that look like the musket ball, like handgun things. And they are just running around slashing dudes and shooting them. It's ridiculous. Let's see. I'm not going to read all of these. I hate the red guy very much. I really do. Something about his character and his face that just makes me want to punch him.
I like how your notes are like the scrawlings of a madman kind of.
Oh, yeah.
I hate red guy.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not sure what this means, but
I'm concerned.
Yeah.
this is an intervention.
It's an intervention. But no, they all, in their, like, human forms, they all dress like fucking hipsters. With Sgt. Pepper jackets, you know, like from the cover of that album. It's ridiculous. And the green one is clearly gay. Very, very clearly. I mean, he's like hiding behind people and like being way flamboyant.
With all the subtleties that Japan usually reserves for the gay community.
Yeah, no. And the one last thing I have here is anyone who's ever seen Power Rangers, anyone who's been, you know, there's, you know, they start off with like 4 or 5, you know, main people, and then halfway through the season they add a super secret 6th character that makes them even more powerful and awesome. Well, because this is like a super like meta type series, their secret 6th guy is a kid who loves Super Sentai stuff. He's like, well, what's the Japanese word for like way obsessed?
Otaku.
Yeah, he's like an otaku kind of. And when he gets his power and he transforms, he has this giant vest that has the face of all of the previous super secret 6th characters on it.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Now I'm interested.
Yeah.
Like I said, I've never liked Power Rangers. I've got a couple years on both of you, and that's like the gap.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
The kids that were old enough to be like, wait a minute, Ninja Turtles was way cooler.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and I'll tell you how I started getting into this. Apparently, before the first season of this, there was a Japanese Spider-Man TV series where he got his powers from, you know, as you do, a space priest who has the power to turn into a spider.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, that
Makes sense to me.
Yep, and he had his regular Spider-Man costume with this giant metal gauntlet on one arm. that he used to summon his car, which turned into the Lyozin, a giant fighting robot that looked nothing like a spider. Yeah.
Thank you, Japan.
Thanks, Japan.
Remember that Cutie Honey movie?
Yes, it was awful.
You didn't like. I liked it.
It was terrible.
I liked it. It was ridiculous. Cutie Honey was hot.
That's why you liked it. It was just awful.
It did a good job going
No, it
live
didn't.
action to anime. It was just as ridiculous, and
It didn't do anything good.
I liked it. We watched Total Recall the other night. It was pretty
Yeah,
good. It was a Schwarzenegger film.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Cody's never seen most of his movies, actually.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
You
I
were missing out.
I haven't seen very many Schwarzenegger. But what we watched last, Action Hero.
Oh, good movie.
That was really
That's a good movie.
surprisingly good.
Yeah, yeah.
And just watched Total Recall the other day.
Yeah. Have you seen Running Man?
No.
Oh, man. Missing out. People were saying that, when the Hunger Games came out, they were, comparing it to Battle Royale, how, it's kids killing kids and stuff. There is more of a comparison to Running Man than there is to Battle Royale. Yeah. But I can't really explain it without,
Without
ruining it or checking out the movie.
What was your favorite part of Total Recall?
Total Recall? The lady with 3 boobs.
Of course. Of course.
Did you have a favorite line?
Oh, yeah, when he's using the hologram machine. And what did he say? He's like, you thought I was the real Quaid. Well, I am.
Fantastic.
Do a better impression.
I can't do a good Schwarzenegger. I can't do a good
That's the best part of any of his movies. Is when
Yes.
he's yelling.
I can't do it. I just tried to do it. It didn't sound good.
Awesome. No, that's
You
awesome.
thought I was the real Quaid. Well, I am.
Have you guys seen the trailer for the new Total Recall with?
No, I
No.
Yeah, the first couple trailers, it looked like it was set in like present day Earth. It didn't look like it was going to be like set in space or anything like that. And I was really worried. New trailers are like, yeah, it is like space with like upside down buildings and like flying fucking cars and stuff. It is finally starting to look like Total Recall.
That's my favorite part of old sci-fi movies is just the stupid sci-fi sets that don't make any sense.
Yeah. Well, like Fifth Element, the city, and that made no sense. I mean, it was awesome.
Yeah, that's why it's awesome, because it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, there was a part where, I think it was when he's meeting Quado, there's a desk with, like, an old laptop on it, and it has, like, this huge 12-pin connector cable coming outside.
Awesome. High tech.
Yeah.
State of the art.
Future.
Yes.
There's
in
no
the
USB.
future.
There will be no USB.
Oh, God. That's
Or even
awesome.
wireless.
Yeah. We haven't perfected wireless, but we can implant dreams in your head. The Schwarzenegger movies like that are so good because they have like this level of cheese and goofiness on top of the, like, on top of a decent enough story.
Yeah.
But that's what does it, is that
It's a Philip K. Dick
yeah, it's a
story.
Philip K. Dick
Right.
story.
It's
Well, I don't know how similar it is to the actual story. I don't know. I haven't read it.
God, I can't think of what it's. We can remember it for you, wholesale. Yeah, that's it.
But I don't know how similar it is to that story. I'm imagining they probably took a lot of liberties.
I'm sure they did. Well, I mean, it's the same thing with Blade Runner. Blade Runners do Android's Dream of Electric Sheep.
Which I've read about half of that.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, I liked what I read. I just had to take it back to the library.
All right, well, hey, guys, I have one more thing here, and then we'll move on. I watched a really weird old Hammer film called The Seven Brothers Meet Dracula. Hammer, for those of you who don't know, was an old British horror movie company. That's where you get Christopher Lee as Dracula in a lot of the films, and
it's not MC Hammer's production.
No, it's not.
Unfortunately.
Can't touch this productions.
Can't touch this
film.
Dracula.
There's actually one kind of close that Hammer put out called Dracula AD 1972. The catchphrase, the tagline was something like, "He's back in the present, with an eye for hot pants and a taste for everything. I think that's what it was. Something like that. It was very weird.
So he goes around and sucks the blood of 70s chicks and does coke.
Yeah, right. Well, he wouldn't have to because, the coke would be in the blood.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Coke blood. But anyways, this movie has had a couple different names. I guess I should get into. This is one of the few Hammer films that they co-opted with another production company. They went with the Shaw Brothers, which are legendary for crazy kung fu movies, especially from the 60s, 70s. I don't think they made it until the early 80s, but
was it filmed in Shaw scope?
Yeah, it was actually. It was, and a couple of the other names was Legend of the Seven Golden Vampires, and also the Seven Brothers and their sister meet Dracula.
It was like the Animaniacs. The Warner Brothers and the Warner sister meet Dracula.
I would pay to see that.
Yeah. But no, it's really good. It's pretty much the way a British horror company would do a kung fu. So there was kung fu fighting. There was really bad acting. There was bad costumes. Apparently, Asian Draculas can make zombies.
Okay.
Who knew?
Like ghouls.
But these are out of the ground, shambling skull-faced zombies. Yeah, the premise is there is this crazy monk who revives Dracula to save their Shaolin temple, who Dracula then possesses, so that for the rest of the movie you have this Asian guy overdubbed with Dracula's voice. Blah. Yes. And he resurrects 7 legendary Chinese vampires to, fuck shit up. I don't know. But Peter Cushing, who is Grand Moff Tarkin, reprised his role as Van Helsing, which he was in almost all the other Hammer horror films. He's in this film, he teams up with his son and 7 Asian dudes who know kung fu to kung fu fight Dracula. It's pretty epic.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
I'd watch it.
No, it's pretty epic. I enjoyed it quite a bit.
Was there anything that was your favorite part?
Oh, well, just the whole thing. The whole premise.
All of it.
The fact that they played it so straight, I think, is what I love the most about it. They just played it so straight. There was no sense of camp. There's no sense of winking at the camera or anything like that.
Like Abraham Lincoln Vampire.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I think that's what made it
not
so.
Not a segue, but it would have been a good one.
It would have been a great segue. A little early, a little premature on that one, Cody.
I could say something, but I'm not going to.
You do it. Come on.
It's not the first time.
Oh. Awesome. Fantastic.
On that note,
yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and take a break here, and when we come back, we're going to touch on some news topics.
Maybe we'll come back a little earlier than you would expect.
Some people say we'll come back right on time.
Hey everybody, we're back from the break. We're going to talk about
Try it again.
Hey everybody, we're back from the break. We're going to move on to the news segment of the show. News.
News, yeah, there we go.
That's a jingle. That
is. I'll snip that out for every episode from now on. Just you going do. News.
So, we're going to talk about Andy Griffith?
I guess we could, yeah. This was really something we weren't really planning on covering, but,
obviously, how could we have saw that coming?
Yeah, right. Well, yeah, but it happened the day of recording, so figured we should say something, He is a classy actor, and he will be missed.
Great shows.
Yep.
Andy Griffith's show is great.
It was a good show. I remember watching that as a kid a lot.
I didn't like it as a kid, but that was because it wasn't a cartoon.
Oh, yeah.
But, watching it now, I realize it's a really, really good, well-done show. Classic, TV classic.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
Sad.
Yeah, it's sad. It's really sad.
Yeah, I really don't know what else we could talk about with it, but, yeah.
We're going to hang out with Don Knotts in the afterlife.
Yeah. Andy, how'd you get here? There's too many ostriches. Why are there too many ostriches? Now you've discovered my secret. This was all just a ploy for me to do a Don Knotts impression on the show.
All right, now we can move on to the Marvel movies.
Oh, yeah. Gearing up for the San Diego Comic-Con, which I hope we'll be able to cover in some capacity, which is next weekend. Marvel started to announce, kind of like pre-announce, spoilers of what they're going to be announcing at the con. And one of them...
Announcement.
Yeah.
Right. They're making an announcement that they're going to make an announcement regarding...
At least they don't do like the video game industry and give you a website that's a countdown to an announcement of an announcement.
Oh, give them a few years. That's the way it's going to get. Yeah, they'll get there. But anyways, Marvel, the movie-making juggernaut powerhouse that they've been the last couple of years, have announced that along with Thor 2, Captain America 2, and Iron Man 3, the next two major movies that they're going to put out prior to Avengers 2 is a film called The Guardians of the Galaxy.
We talked about that a little bit.
A little bit, yeah. And that makes a lot of sense for them to do that. They're also going to be making their first foray into actual theatrical animated film.
Not just straight to DVD.
Not just a straight to DVD of a series called Big Hero 6. So we'll take these one at a time, I guess. Guardians of the Galaxy is one of Marvel's major space books, which is kind of weird because Marvel's books are usually very Earth-centric, I guess. Marvel's going to have their work cut out for them to get people to understand these characters and the characters in the movie, because they're not big-name characters like Captain America or Thor or anything like that. They're like characters like Rocket Raccoon. And
Sweet.
Yeah, which
gives me a really good mental picture.
Yep.
Of just a raccoon with a rocket strapped on his
That's what
back.
he is.
That's what he is.
Really?
Yeah, that's what he is.
What does he do?
He has space guns.
Yeah,
He flies around and shoots laser guns.
A raccoon.
Yes.
Yeah. Raccoon.
He's from a planet of anthropomorphized animals.
He's like the long lost Star Fox member.
Kinda, yeah. Yeah, he's like Marvel's Star Fox. We should find, Okay, we're going to pause for a second, because I'm going to find you a picture of Rocket Raccoon.
I had no
You didn't
idea.
know Rocket Raccoon?
No. I had no idea.
He's Rigby with a rocket.
I really was picturing Rigby with a rocket strapped to his back.
It's more or less what he is.
Kidding.
No.
It's ridiculous.
Howard the Duck isn't?
I don't know. No words.
So you're okay with Howard the Duck, but you think Rocket Raccoon?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
You are not lying.
I am not lying to you.
It looks... Yeah.
He is definitely a raccoon with a rocket pack and
I
space
thought it was
guns.
just like a name. Like,
No. Marvel is going to have to explain how in a movie universe with Iron Man and Thor and Captain America, there's a talking raccoon with a rocket pack and space guns.
Are they going to make him like raccoon sized?
Sure.
Or, like...
Got to. Oh, and you haven't heard the other one. There's another character named Groot. Groot is a living tree from a planet of living trees.
Like an int.
He's like an ant. All he can say is the word, I am Groot. That's all he can say.
It reminds me
What
of
does
that
he
Aqua
do?
Tree.
He's a tree?
He flies around and
A flying
shoots.
tree.
No, he's not.
Space tree.
He's a space tree. He has laser guns and he fights crime in space.
How? He's a tree.
He's an ant. He's a space ant.
How big is he?
Well,
size?
actually, he's human size.
Oh.
He's human size if you don't count the branches on his head.
Yeah,
I don't know, guys.
Oh, I can't.
I don't
find a picture of
know.
Groot. But anyways, I mean, there are some more normal characters like Nova, who has essentially been retconned into being Marvel's Green Lantern, because there's a bunch of Nova people. Instead of having a power ring, they have a helmet that connects them to the world mind, and it helps them.
That's not
know
nearly
stuff.
as cool as Green Lantern.
No, not really. But I mean,
we have special helmets.
yeah.
Looks like my cat.
Nice. You should rename your cat Rocket Raccoon then.
It looks like Beyonce. Well, her name's Beyonce.
Oh, yeah.
Better name.
That's a much better name.
She's
You're right.
black and sassy.
Nice.
That's racist.
You named her that.
But anyways, yeah, it's going to be the next major Marvel movie. Because at the end of Avengers,
Is it
spoilers...
live action or
Live action.
how?
Well, CGI.
Yeah, I
The
guess.
same technology that brought you live-action Garfield.
Pretty much.
Gonna bring you Rocket Raccoon.
I'm in space. I want some space lasagna. But anyways, yeah, the reason why they're doing this series is
I
because...
guess more like the technology that brought you Ted. It's probably a better...
Yeah, I guess that's better.
Better jumping point than...
Maybe, but no, it's because at the end of Avengers, and this is kind of a spoiler for those of you who haven't seen it, and if you haven't seen it yet,
Why
shame
not?
on you.
Yeah.
You really should have seen it by now.
Yeah. Or have people have listened to our previous podcast where we talked about it. They teased Thanos as the major villain for the next Avengers movie, who is a giant galactic space villain. And I guess they need a way to explain who Thanos is before the Avengers 2 comes out, so they don't have to spend that entire movie explaining who he is. So they're using the Guardians of the Galaxy as a way to say...
Confuse me.
Yeah, exactly. Just to confuse you.
They're making Guardians of the Galaxy so Avengers 2 can be good.
Exactly. Yep. So Guardians of the Galaxy essentially is taking one for the team.
Yeah.
But no, so that's that one. And the other one is a fully animated film of a series called Big Hero 6, which was, I don't think they've done a whole lot with the characters in recent history, but it was a limited series set in Japan.
I want to see that. You think there's any of that in here?
It was pretty rare.
Oh, so probably not.
Probably. I'm not entirely certain. I mean, we could look.
I'm going to put this away and look.
Okay. But anyways, I think what Marvel's doing is trying to cash in on the American animation studios doing anime-style animation.
Yeah.
Like Airbender and Legend of Korra. Because that's how the comic was drawn, was as big anime-style. Yeah, and I mean the team was very generic. It was like there's a guy who's a giant robot, and there's scantily clad lady woman.
Of course.
But no, I mean it's going to be interesting to see them, and it'll be like I said, their first real foray into a theatrically released animated film, and I hope it works out. Yep.
I couldn't find a
Okay,
copy of it.
Yeah. But what this?
Oh, by the way, we're Hobby Central again. We're at Hobby Central again.
We are at Hobby Central again. Yes, that's how we were able to find that issue of Guardians of the Galaxy so quick. So if you're listening to this and in the Mid Ohio area, check out Hobby Central in Delaware, Ohio. Sponsorships.
Yeah.
We got to remember them.
I don't think you said anything at the beginning.
I don't think we did.
Yeah.
No, I really don't think
No,
we
we
did.
didn't.
But
No, we didn't.
that's all right. We'll put it at the end, and we said it here, so it'll be...
That was a good plug.
Yeah, good deal. Good call there, Cody. But anyways, the one thing that I could see Big Hero 6 being is if it works out as a good theatrical film, the possibility that Pixar might get involved with future
that'd be awesome.
Marvel films because,
That'd be better than the live-action movies are.
Yeah, I mean, it would make more sense for something like Guardians of the Galaxy to be Pixar, animated. That'd be neat. So I think I've talked too much and too fast about that. If you haven't noticed, I have been chugging energy drinks since the beginning of the show. That's why I sound like I am just, bursting with energy. So anyways, let's move on to the next topic before I crash.
Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter that we all saw last week.
Fantastic film. Fantastic.
Yeah, it was great.
Best movie I've seen this year since Avengers.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, Avengers was better.
Oh, yeah,
of
that's what I
course.
was saying.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
It'd be hard to beat that.
Yeah.
No, yeah. I mean, for those of you who don't know, it's set up as a semi-biographical film about the life of Abraham Lincoln, only with the added bits of fighting vampires with a axe with a shotgun in the barrel. Mm-hmm. and the handle.
And it just works so well.
I know, and it shouldn't have.
Yeah. And then, I mean, they play it straight the whole movie. There's no jokes or like nods that, hey,
Nothing.
Look how silly this is. No, it plays it completely straight.
Right. And, some reviews that I've heard have complained about the slow motion bits. I think it worked out perfect. It was the perfect amount to accentuate the fight scenes, which were amazing.
Yes, they did it unlike Boondock Saints, where it's constantly in slow motion.
Oh, yeah.
They picked the right times to do slow-mo.
And
Exactly.
just enough time. Like
It made
Boondock
sense.
Where the whole thing is in slow motion.
Yeah, right.
Hey guys, this looks really cool. Look how cool it looks. Everybody look, I'm shooting slow. It's cool.
Yeah. And every actor in the film did an excellent job. There was no one who overacted or underacted or anything like that.
Or hammed it up because they're in a movie that's actually really silly. But
Yeah, right. One thing I will say, the guy who played Abe Lincoln, whenever I saw his non-old, non-bearded self, I kept thinking he looked like Liam Neeson
Yeah.
through the entire thing. I don't know what it was.
I think it was his nose.
Yeah, I think so. I think you're right.
It was on my mind, too.
Yeah.
here's the question: there's that Daniel Day-Lewis Abe Lincoln biopic coming up.
Yeah.
Who's gonna play Lincoln better?
Oh man, I don't know. The guy did an excellent job, even in the non-vampire hunting.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough to beat.
It really is. I mean, I'm not going to say that this movie should win any kind of crazy like best movie of the year Oscars or anything like that. But if they're not at least nominated for practical effects, there's something wrong if they're not at least nominated
for something.
Something, yeah.
And even like the kind of love story parts were actually kind of sweet. Like they weren't.
They were. They absolutely
It was
were.
well done, I think.
And I mean that's in no small part due to Mary Elizabeth Winstead,
Yeah.
who I was kind of worried about. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, in Scott Pilgrim, she did a good job as Ramona Flowers, but Ramona Flowers
is not that deep of a character.
Yeah, exactly.
Manic
Yeah,
Pixie Dream Girl, basically.
pretty much. But
She has less going on than even a Manic Pixie Dream Girl.
yeah,
She's kind of a blank slate, really.
I
but
think it's more of like an idea of a cool girl.
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Every guy.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's bad because of that.
Yeah. And, looking over the cast list and stuff, I kept thinking that his Abe's trainer and eventually his partner, I kept thinking, I've seen that guy somewhere. He hasn't done a whole lot of films. The only other really big film he's done, he was Howard Stark in Captain America.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. That was my reaction when I read that. Yeah.
Crazy.
Which makes sense because at the beginning of Abe Lincoln, that guy was acting like Tony Stark a little bit. He's like, oh man, you're a vampire hunter and I'm a vampire hunter and we're going to do this. And yeah.
Yep.
So, good movie. Check it out.
Yeah, seriously, go see it.
Don't listen to the reviews. Listen to us.
Yeah. The reviews did not get it.
We are purposely not spoiling much of anything.
Yeah.
So, yes, check it out. It is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Two dudes fight during a stampede of horses.
Yep.
I'm not going to give any more away than that, but that scene in
Oh my
particular
God.
is ridiculously awesome.
It's
Oh my
seriously
God.
the top of my favorite fight scenes ever in a movie.
Absolutely, yeah.
And when they fight on the train was awesome.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah, fighting vampires on a train that is going across trestles that are burning.
Yep. Oh, man.
You want to see this movie.
Yes. For sure.
Do it.
Yeah, I can't praise it enough, honestly.
Yeah. And I'm really interested to see if they have put out a director's cut when it comes out on DVD, because as awesome as this is, if they were to cut some things out, I'm interested to see what they cut out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of stuff they cut out that's in the book.
Like they cut Edgar Allan Poe completely out of the story,
I
which
was a little disappointed, but they did put Harriet Tubman in it.
they did, yeah. And I mean, I think it's okay. I think if they would have put Edgar Allan Poe in it, that might have tipped it a little bit too far to the ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yep. And did you guys catch the only real joke in the movie was the very end credits, where the super hard edge rock song to play over the credits was played by
Linkin Park.
Linkin Park.
Because Lincoln and Lincoln.
I see what they did there. Yeah. Awesome. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, do we have anything else there on the list of stuff to talk about?
OnLive.
Oh, yeah.
You did mention that earlier.
Yeah, this is you mentioned that it's not new, but this is new to me, so, yeah.
Well, remember Game Tap? They used to advertise that on Adult Swim all the time.
All the time.
That service you could get, a whole bunch of games, access to a whole bunch of games. But you had to download them and download the thing, and it was a monthly subscription.
And your computer had to be able to run them.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
With OnLive, you get the ability to stream the games. The games are actually being run on a computer out in their pharma computers.
Yeah, crazy servers.
Yeah. And
Really?
the video of the game is being transmitted back to you.
Really? So it's like it's almost like a remote desktop type situation. Oh, wow, that's neat. Wow.
Yeah, so basically you can take any piece of crap computer, as long as it can run video and has a fast enough internet connection, you can play whatever they have on there.
Wow, that is excellent.
Has Arkham City is on there.
Really? Oh, wow. So they're keeping pretty current with their game library and stuff like that. Now, do you run into anything like, if you want to play Arkham City and someone else is playing it, you could just hop on another server, or is there like a wait time or anything like that?
No, there's no wait times or anything.
Excellent.
And you can watch other people play games. You can go in there and it'll show you everybody playing a certain game. You can go watch if they have a spectator turned on.
Wow, now that's cool. I do like that quite a bit.
But my laptop won't run anything. It doesn't have the graphics card. It's not a bad laptop. It just doesn't have the graphics card for it. Mm-hmm. And with that, then I can play the graphic-intensive games. Like I had BioShock running on it.
Wow. Dude, that is cool. Mm-hmm. That is really cool.
And you can buy the games separately, or you can pay $10 a month and you get a whole bunch. You get like 200 some games.
$10. That's not bad at all. That's comparable to a Netflix subscription.
I played with it for a couple hours and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna buy it, and I did.
Yeah. No, that's fantastic. That's really, really cool.
It's way better than that other thing I wrote about. That what was it? It was Gamersgate.
Yeah, something like that. All those knockoff weird Nordic
European games that nobody's ever heard of. Yeah, they actually have games you'd want to play.
Cool. Very.
Of course, the subscription package doesn't give you like the newest games.
Well, yeah.
They're new now. It has Arkham Asylum on there. It's part of the package. BioShock is.
Yeah.
Like all the recent Tomb Raiders. I'd highly recommend it.
All right.
Cool.
Cool beans.
So we're gonna move. Well, I guess we can take a break.
Yeah, I guess let's go ahead and take a break, and when we come back, we have another Master Debaters.
Dun, 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 dun.
Hey guys, we're back from the break, and we are going to do another Master Debaters. And
Lasers.
You gonna do any lasers? Pew pew pew, Cody.
What?
Lasers?
I said lasers. Dad. Pew pew pew.
There we go. Okay.
Okay. Pew pew. Okay. The topic is. Was it a topic or is it a question?
It's a topic question.
Okay, the topic question is. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, the topic question is. Which would win in a race? The Batmobile or the DeLorean from Back to the Future? Which would win?
I'll be supporting the DeLorean in this argument.
And I will take Batmobile.
We should have like a boxing ring sound. Ding, 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 ding.
Okay.
The DeLorean would win because it can travel through time, therefore making a race entirely pointless.
Now, I'm not so sure about that because in the Back to the Future movies, once they hit 88 miles per hour, the car kind of stops. It doesn't move forward while it's moving through time. It kind of stays where it's at while it's moving through time. So
isn't it usually still moving?
It's still moving, but if you're going into the future where the race is already over,
Batman's already at the end.
Yeah, Batman's already exactly.
But they could go back in time and sabotage the Batmobile before the race.
Well, that leads to two questions. One, would Doc Brown and Marty be unscrupulous enough to try to tamper with the Batmobile? And two, would Doc Brown be smart enough to tamper with the Batmobile?
Of course he'd be smart enough to tamper. He's Doc Brown. He's a genius. He solved the time travel.
He solved the time travel?
He solved the problem of time travel.
Yeah.
He solved time.
He figured out time.
Okay, so he won time.
He won time.
Yep. But, not only are they going to be sabotaging Batman's Batmobile, there's going to have to be, undoing, traps and stuff. Because, Batman, he can't just leave his car unprotected. I mean, any Joker, like the Joker, might come by and just try to fuck it up. I don't know.
Well, they could do it right there at the starting line, and Batman wouldn't notice.
So they're going to cut the brake fluid to Batman's Batmobile.
At the start, yeah.
At the starting line.
Am I allowed to say stuff? Or
Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
But doesn't the Batmobile have a bunch of contraptions itself?
It does, yes. Like, for example, what if, as they're going through time, Batman uses the back grappling hook on the Batmobile to grapple onto the DeLorean and go through time with them?
I don't know if it works that way. Does the Batmobile have an all...
the flux capacitor?
Yeah, well, in an all-metal body, or is it aluminum? What is...
I don't know.
I think it was aluminum.
Yeah, that the DeLorean's made out of. That lets it travel. That's one of the reasons why Doc picked it.
Given enough time, Batman would convert his car into an all-aluminum Batmobile.
I don't think he could travel through time with it.
I suppose you're right, because in Back to the Future 3, I mean, the train didn't go through the future when they went.
Yeah.
That's true. Although all those fruits that were on top of the car traveled along with from.
That's true.
Yeah.
I'll bet just the grappling hook would go.
Yeah, I bet the line would break because there's probably a field of so many inches around the DeLorean.
Yeah.
But then again, they'd be going back in time to tamper with it. So does that mean that they would have to start the race before the race starts, go back in time, tamper with the car, come back to the present? And then why would they do that? They would just go, wouldn't they just tamper with the car?
Crap.
I think another thing is, would it matter how long the race was? Because it would have to get up to 88 miles per hour, too.
To travel through time.
Right.
Well, if it was a really, really long race, they would totally win because the DeLorean runs on the Mr. Fusion. They just have to throw garbage in it to get it
That's
to go.
true. So are you saying that it's like a...
It was like a cannonball run.
ball run situation?
Yeah, in a cannonball run situation, the DeLorean would definitely...
I would agree with that. Because, with that giant flame jet in the back of the Batmobile, it would burn through gas like crazy. So, I would agree with that. But no, in a short race... one lap around the track or something, Batmobile, I think.
I'd agree with it. I think we've reached a conclusion.
I think we have. I think we've come to a consensus.
I don't think...
Nobody wins. We've come to a consensus. It's a tie.
It's a tie.
The DeLorean would win a long race. The Batmobile would win a short race.
Fair enough.
But the Mach 5 would beat them both, so...
Oh, I agree with that. I love the Mach 5.
Or Superman's... fist plane.
Fist plane?
Have you ever seen that?
No.
Oh man, yes. Back in the wacky Silver Age, Superman was unable to fly for an issue, so he has this giant spaceship car that have two giant metal fists that reach out and punch bad guys.
Well,
I think that's going to be the
Superman's got to be able to punch guys.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the cover for the episode. The Superman with his fucking supercar, his punch car,
Punchmobile.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh man. So hey, everybody wins.
We both get a point and the running total.
That's right.
Which would leave me with 1 point and you with 2.
Me with 2. Yeah. So good.
Didn't expect that to happen.
No, we are a little taken aback.
Strange turn of events at the Master Debaters Arena.
Yes. Something went awry.
Strange things are afoot at the Master Debaters Arena. We've become master agreeers.
Excellent. So, with that, I think we're going to go ahead and wrap up the show. So, first off, if you want to get a hold of us, send us an email for anything. It's staff@pizzaextremeteam.com. Cody, do we still have that? Do we still have that contest going on?
Still could get a copy of Cthulhu Saves the World, and I'm going to sweeten the pot by adding Breath of Death to it as well.
Right, that's right. And weren't you putting in the...
yeah, you know what? I'll throw in Penny Arcade game, too. I'll gift that to you on Steam.
The Precipice of...
Yeah, Rain Slick Precipice of Darkness
I think
3.
we mentioned that in the last episode, but...
Oh, yeah, but we lost it.
But we lost it. So, yeah, that's that. As always, you can find us each and every day, more or less, at pizzaextremeteam.com. We have a Facebook page, facebook.com/pizzaextremeteam.
Like us. We only need 2 more likes, and we'll shut up about it.
Yeah, we'll shut up forever about it. 2 more. Come on. You know you want to.
Press one little button.
Yeah, the little thumbs up, click on it.
That's right.
You can hide it if you want.
Exactly, yeah. Like it and immediately hide our posts. We don't care. We just need 2 so we can see our stats. That's it. You guys have,
Yeah, you can tweet at me at @pxt_Cody.
You can tweet at me at the official Twitter of Pizza Extreme Team, at Pizza Extreme Team.
Yeah, and you can tweet at me at Robot Caveman, all one word. And, you could also find me, because I'm always trying out new, stupid apps and stupid things for my phone because I get bored at work. You can friend me for this week only on the Untapped Beer Likers applet app. With my screen name is, of course, Robot Caveman. You can find out every time that I am drinking Blue Moon and still sober enough to fuck around with my phone. So like me there, I have one friend. And he friends everybody because he is the beer snob, apparently. He is all the time drinking beers.
Wow.
So with that, I think that's it for the show. So for Pizzacast, I'm Sam.
I'm Cody.
And I'm Samantha.
Pizza out.
Got it. Did it. We did it, guys. Feel good.
This is a good show.
Feel really good.